don't think it's a positive though, is it?
No.
That is.
Of course it is.
It is absolutely disgusting.
I'll be going down into the gas. We're going to get caught.
Oh, they've hired extra security, look at that. Oh, I see this way. Yeah, I see. So he's blocking the door.
That the RSPCA adorns their logo on. How do you live with yourself, allowing your name to go on the bodies of tortured animals? Shame on the RSPCA! Shame on the RSPCA! The RSPCA is supposed to be an animal charity. You have a duty to protect animals. So why are you adorning your logo on the flesh of pigs who have been tortured in your approved gas chambers? You are misusing your trust with the public. How dare you adorn your logo that people associate with animal protection onto the bodies of pigs who have been tortured! This is torture! Stop the slaughter! Members of the RSPCA and RSPCA assured, 9 months ago I released footage from inside a Pilgrim's Pride gas chamber in Manchester. In the footage you see sentient animals desperately trying to escape the gas, suffering to death in their own feces and urine. Many of these pigs come from RSPCA assured farms, and you still will adorn your logo on the flesh of these tortured animals.
What is going on?
So this is the RSPCA headquarters.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they're up there. Fourth floor. Do you know what RSPCA assured? You know, the stamp they put on meat products and eggs and dairy. So basically, they've been stamping pork products for a long time, but pork products come from gassing pigs to death. So they torture pigs, they scream and they thrash, they rip their own legs off to get away from the pain. And the RSPCA approves that, which is, how do you feel about that? Did you know that?
No.
Does that shock you at all that they approve that? They're supposed to prevent cruelty to animals, but here they are sticking a stamp. Right, sticking a stamp on it, yeah. They've booked security, they brought police down, instead of coming and talking to us and facing up to what they've been doing. Yeah. And most people think of them as like rescuers, you know, good guys, right? How do you feel about gas chambers yourselves?
I don't think it's a positive though, is it?
No,
It's
obviously.
not really a positive thing.
So any bacon you'd buy at the shop, any pork you buy at the shop, it's where it comes from, a gas chamber.
Yeah.
Like a pig that's screamed and usually around 6 months old and terrified in a gas chamber, breathing, and it burns their eyes and their lungs. There's acid, it forms acid when it touches their skin and their lungs, and so that's why they scream, because it's burning them. This is a documentary as well, it explains the whole thing. It's called Pignorant. It's on Amazon Prime for free right now if you get Amazon Prime. It explains everything that I've just explained in a lot more detail, so please do watch it. And if you guys care about animals, please do, you know what I'm going to say, right? You know what veganism is, you know that's the way to be if you care about animals, right? Please do it, guys, all right?
You have a reputation that people take more seriously than PETA. People think PETA are crazy. They think you are the ones that they should listen to when it comes to matters of animal cruelty. They trust you, and you betray their trust every time they buy a product with your stamp on it, a product that came from torturing a poor 6-month-old pig to death in a gas chamber. A gas chamber. Can you hear me? The RSPCA approves torturing 6-month-old pigs to death in gas chambers. Shame on you!
It's disgusting. There are no words to describe how sick this is. They gas pigs to death in gas chambers, which we should have been done with in the 1940s, right? I'm sure you've learned about World War II, but no, we use them now to gas pigs to death. They scream because it burns them. It's harrowing. And RSPCA approves it. They stick their stamp on those products. So we're trying to hold them accountable. This is a documentary that's just been released. They responded to it, right? So they know it exists, but they're still approving these products, even though now they know the truth.
That is awful.
They're supposed to protect animals. That's their job. That's their only
That's
job.
what they advertise as well.
They're a charity that protects animals.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Going,
Yeah,
well done.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Please do watch the documentary and tell other people and go vegan.
My mum's vegan, my sister's vegan.
Your mum and sister's vegan. Why are you not vegan then? Come on. I hope so. I asked one woman, do you know the RSPCA Assured is here? She said, oh yeah. I only buy RSPCA Assured products. But she knew what was coming next. She knew we were here for a reason. After I told her that the RSPCA sticks their label on products that come from pigs being gassed to death, and I explained what happens to them, she told me she stays up at night stressing and anxious about all the suffering of animals in the world, and that she thought by buying your products she was doing something good. She thought she was doing something that helped animals by buying your products. She was incredibly upset to find out that she was being lied to by you. And I think millions more people are going to feel exactly the same way. She left saying that she should go vegan. They've got RSPCA Assured, which is you send the stamps to tell people that, oh, this is a good product.
And that's the only things I buy. But
Right,
then,
right.
yeah,
So basically,
outdoor bred animals,
Exactly.
and I would not buy anything else that hasn't got that stamp on it.
Right.
But is that
I'll tell you what we're here for now then. So basically, this new documentary just came out. It's called Pignorant. And this guy who's on the megaphone, he went inside a pig slaughter house and he found the gas chamber they use. They use gas chambers to kill pigs. He's put secret cameras in there and he's recorded what's happened to these pigs, right? They scream their lungs out, they rip their legs off trying to get away from the gas. Horrible. The RSPCA, their stamps are on those products. They're stamping gas
they need to look further into
gas chambers, yeah. I mean, they need to stop assuring gas chambers.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's heartbreaking.
Phenomenal.
It makes me upset.
Like, I mean, we're listening to these screams. We've been out protesting every day. It's
I'm
horrible.
awake during the night worrying about it.
It means a lot that
I
you.
really am. Absolutely. My heart is with the animals, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm always trying to get the, assured products.
Yeah.
And knowing that.
And then now they.
It's again heartbreaking.
Do you know this-
You trust them, don't you?
You know the stamp, the meat industry. Do you know that the farms they pay for those stamps?
Really?
They buy them, yeah. They pay them.
Nothing's being followed up, is it? Or
They do checks once a year. They go to the farm and they tell them they're coming.
yeah. Oh, so exactly. Everything's going to be.
Of course it is.
Different to the reality of it. The
course it
reality
is.
of it is absolutely disgusting.
It is, and these are, the RSPCA Assured label doesn't mean a thing at this point.
No.
Someone like you who clearly has compassion for animals, you see, think about
Yeah,
this a lot.
absolutely.
For them to make a fool of you like this, like
Yeah.
to tell you, oh, this is okay, when realistically they're getting paid. Do you know they cost more too, those products? There's a markup on them. You're supposed to be paying for
Yes,
something
I know
that.
there's a markup.
Yeah.
They're ever so expensive.
Yeah.
But then people shouldn't be eating quite so much meat anyway, should they? They're buying all this cheap meat. But then now I know that, it makes me think twice about even going in there and purchasing this meat. I'm fully on board with what you're saying.
Thank you.
And I will think twice now about buying any of that meat.
I hope so.
I'll get it from the farmers markets instead, which I do tend to try to.
You know,
anyway.
what I would hope for someone as compassionate as you, I would hope you'd consider eating plant-based instead.
Yeah, a lot of it, we don't eat a lot of meat,
Yeah,
to be honest. Any meat I feel so bad for that I'm inclined not to.
Absolutely.
Because of this intensive farming. This
Yeah.
is the issue.
At this
There's
point,
so many people are so ignorant to it. It drives me, and I try
Pignorant.
to-
They're pignorant to
absolutely
it.
pignorant. And I preach this to everybody I meet, and anyone who buys, any meat that's, all these chickens I feel for. This is
Yeah.
the chickens they have the hardest deal.
know-
You didn't buy all these and all the chicken shops. And, you know, the fast food. It
Yeah.
does no good anyway. This type of chicken they're eating.
It's not bad.
Water,
It's not good for anyone.
Of course
It's not good for
and
anyone.
it's
Not the
especially not good
chickens.
for the chickens.
Absolutely.
Are they ever saying it?
Absolutely. They don't.
Makes me furious.
These screaming. This is screams from that gas chamber. This is what you're hearing now.
Absolute. And the pigs are one of the most intelligent animals.
They
Imagine
are.
the pain and the
terror.
upset because they can smell what's going on. Why should we do that to them?
That's why everyone here's a vegan.
Why do we think as humans that's I don't understand it.
We're all vegan for everything you just said. Is why we're all vegan.
Yeah, you've got to go vegan. I mean, that whole thing of being a vegetarian is still hypocritical.
With the dairy and the eggs, yeah,
dairy
it's
and the eggs.
horrible
Dairy
industries.
farming is one of the worst.
I hope one day you'll be a vegan and we'll see you and you'll say, hey, remember that time we had a discussion?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope to see you there one
well,
day
thank
for
you
sure.
so much for what you guys are doing. You know, if it wasn't for you guys, you know, you're the face of the animals, aren't you? The voice of
Well,
them.
they're supposed to be. RSPCA are supposed to be, but look, we have to come out here and shout
They need
at
to
them.
come down.
They do.
And they need to show their faces and, you know.
Absolutely. I'll let you get back to work. Hey.
Yeah, thank you so
Alright,
much.
thank
guys.
you.
You take care.
Why are regular members of the public saying that veganism is the answer, but an animal charity is in bed with the meat industry? It's like a sick comedy sketch. You, who sent the email to our team, made a public response saying, we signed something that says we want to ban gas chambers, while you keep sticking your label on products that come from gas chambers. You put animal abusers and the desires of animal abusers before animals. And you're an animal charity. You're supposed to look out for the animals, not the animal abusers. Are you going to do the right thing and get out of the meat industry and stop supporting and stop approving practices of gassing animals to death?
I'll be going down into the gas. We're going to get a call